All right, guys, we are just 3 weeks away from Dyno Day. The wiring harness is on its way, but there are still a ton of little but important jobs that we need to finish up on the Supra before it's ready to fire up for the first time. Taking this thing out for its first drive is so close that I can almost taste it. And if you haven't been following along, first of all, what are you doing with your life? And secondly, here's a bit of a recap. We've gone single turbo. A TurboSmart 6466. Moderate, especially by YouTube standards, but perfect for my power goals. And we are still on stock bottom end, but we have added ARP head studs and a bunch of valve train goodies, including Kelford cams and GSC valve springs. And remember, when we're done, we're not only going to take this thing out to see how much faster it is than it used to be, but we're also going to put it up against my, let's call it almost finished Evo 8 to see which one comes out on top. So you'll definitely want to be subscribed for when that square dance happens. But for now, let's get some of the little stuff on the Supra buttoned up so that it's ready to go when the harness gets here. First, let's quickly go over all the things that need to be done before the harness goes in. We still need to finish up wiring the fuel pumps. We have this sick BTI, I guess you can call it like a small dash gauge that needs to be installed that's designed specifically for the MK4 Supra. Because when this is all said and done, I want the interior of this car to look as factory as possible, but I still need to get all of the information that I need while driving. So this is sort of like the cleanest way that I can think of without replacing the dash with like a Haltech UC10 or something along those lines, which I did in the Evo, but on the Supra, I like the factory gauge layout too much, like the iconic 3 circles. So this, I think, is the best way to add a decent sized screen to the interior of the car that'll have all the information, but still keep the interior of the Supra a Supra interior. I also have some switches to install so that we can do cool stuff with the ECU, like rolling anti-lag or rotational idle, whatever I need to do. Since the BTI gauge is run through the CAN network on the ECU, I am able to control traction control and different maps through that interface. So I don't need too many switches or anything like that, and in the same context, I still want to keep the interior as factory as possible. So there are a couple of plates inside of the Supra underneath the radio that I'm going to be replacing, and then hopefully these little switches can just live in there. And then whenever I want to go, I can just hit that little button. Now in the Evo, I hooked up rolling anti-lag to the factory intercooler sprayer button, which I really like because it looks like there's no additional buttons in there. So I may try and find a way to do that inside this car, but I'm not sure yet. I could use the factory cruise control buttons to trigger rolling anti-lag, but I think I want to reserve those for maybe actually using them for cruise control in the future, since I have the drive-by-wire and I can do that all through the ECU. I have to think about it a little bit. And then speaking of drive-by-wire, I still need to install this pedal, which is 350Z pedal assembly, I believe. It is by Outsider Garage, and they give you this cool little pedal with the Supra logo on it. So with that comes the adapter that allows you to mount this in the car. So let's get started. I think I'm gonna start with something easy. Let's get this pedal mounted up.
Nothing I love more than working underneath the dashboard.
Okay, step one, done, pedal installed. Let's move to the back of the car so that we can finish wiring up this fuel system. Then we can put the cover back on and everything should be done in the back of the car. I'm gonna spare you all the boring wiring part of this time. Just know that the two relays that I installed are going to trigger the two fuel pumps. One of the relays is going to be triggered by the factory fuel pump power, which I have converted to full 12 volt all the time so that it can trigger the relay. And the other one, I'm going to run a wire to the ECU so that I can trigger the second fuel pump whenever it hits a certain amount of boost, whatever that may be. Oh man, look at that. That looks awesome. The trunk is finally back together in this thing. Just reminds me how nice all the Powerhouse Racing stuff is for the battery relocation kit. And the wiring was fairly simple. Powerhouse Racing also made that really nice to be able to mount those relays. The last thing I need to do is just run a wire for the trigger up to the ECU to trigger that second fuel pump, and we'll be good to go. Okay, so next up we have these little blanks that sit in the dashboard of the Supra. And as you can see, currently in the middle location, there's a traction control button. I've removed the factory traction control system from the vehicle. I do have plans to wire up traction control through the new ECU using the wheel speed sensors in the future, but for right now, we're gonna skip that step to get the car running and tuned. We'll circle back. In the meantime, I had these little blanks I got from BTI. They just fit in place, and usually they are made just to replace any buttons that you remove. Some Supras have like active arrow buttons there, the traction control button obviously, but these are kind of designed for if you're removing those things as a replacement part. I am going to modify this so that I can use these little switches. Since there are 3 spots, I have 3 blanks and 3 switches, 1 momentary, and then 2 toggle switches. I'm just going to run the wires down to where the ECU is until I have the wiring harness. I'll wire those into some inputs and we can use them for whatever we want. I have plans for 2 of them. You guys will see those in upcoming videos. This is a good subscribe plug. Editor. But I don't know what I'm gonna do with the 3rd one yet. So I don't know, if you guys can come up with something fun that you could use a toggle switch for on a Haltech and a Supra, let me know. But let's go ahead and get these opened up to accept these switches. I think I'm gonna drill a hole and try and make it square. That should work. Plastic! It's not perfect, but it's not bad. So now I just need to do that 2 more times And I think we'll have a couple of switches that feel almost factory inside there. Now that those buttons are done, let's, I guess, tear the interior out of this car, because that's always the most fun thing. Only makes you nervous, because if you break something, it's either impossible to find or very expensive. I did a plug. Oh, that's so nice of me. Let's take this piece out to the bench because we got some stuff to do to it. These two gauges will no longer need to be there because we're swapping to this BTI gauge that'll have all the information on it. I have the factory air vent that'll go back where the air fuel gauge is, and then I'm gonna try and pop these things out without breaking anything so that we can put our new switches in there. Look at my cute little baby Japan ratchet. I got it from Japan. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out and see all the cool places I went when I was in Japan. Little 3D printed gauge mount for a Supra. I'll throw that in the pile of things that I should definitely sell but probably never will. .3D printed gauge pod for the vent. If you want to buy this, tell me. Hey, look at that. I'm stock. Let's see if we can get these little doodads out of here. Yeah, that came out super easy. What's up? I probably could have used this button to do something, but I wanted them all to match. And boom! Cool. They look like they belong there. Let's get this guy installed. Clean. So I think without going to like an actual digital dash, that this is the best way to get as much information as possible without having gauges all over the car, which is something, as I've gotten a little bit older, just don't like. In the Evo, having no gauges in it at all, just having everything on the digital dash is so nice. But I like the Supra's gauge layout a little bit too much to just replace it with a digital dash like I did in the Evo. So I think that this is the best answer. This thing also communicates with the ECU through the CAN network, which means that not only will it get information from the ECU, but it can also input information to the ECU. So inside here, there is, I think, four different settings that you can use that can send different voltages to the ECU. I'm not sure how many increments, but it can be used to switch maps. It can be used to adjust the strength of your traction control, or it can technically be used to like control cruise control if you wanted it to. And then I also think that it has two just single voltage outputs so that it can just basically tell something to turn on and off. I could have probably utilized that instead of some of the switches. One of these is momentary, which means it's only going to send voltage once I push the button. That is going to be used for rolling anti-lag. So the fact that that is going to be something that I only want working while I'm pushing the button, I didn't want it to be on a screen and it to be, because first of all, I'm not sure if you can have momentary switches on the screen, but I'd be able to like turn it on and turn it off. The fact that I can just hold this switch, It'll engage while I'm holding it, and then whenever I want to go, let it go, and it'll just disengage. And since I was doing that, I figured why not just have 2 other switches down here, because it'll just look, they look the same all the way across. So there's not like 1 switch and 2 blanks. It's just 3 switches, and I kind of like it. I think that this is going to look really good. I have to run some wires to the back of all these switches, and then I'm just going to run everything right. I'm going to label everything, but I'm going to run everything right to where the ECU is going to live once I put it in. I've kind of run out of time this week. Come back next week and we'll have the ECU in the car. We'll have all the dash back together. We'll have all the wiring done, including the brand new harness, which should be here very, very soon. And then hopefully we can fire this thing up. Stay tuned. Definitely come back next week. Stick around.